Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Delta back with another Call of Duty Mobile video where today I am going to be giving you best class setup and some tips and tricks for none other than the S36. Now this gun has spiked in popularity with videos from YouTubers such as iFerg, who has basically said that the S36 is one of the best guns, and he might be right in some sense, so let's get right into it. First of all, let's start with the class setup. Trophy system's pretty good, especially trophy system's good if you want to basically camp in one spot, like say like the sniper position, far back B site on firing range. You can just throw a trophy system there. But let's delve quickly into our attachments. The red dot is obviously the best. The S36 already has a good wall bang ability. However, if you do want to increase that, full metal jacket will work. If you want to sub that out, it could be subbed out for something like suppressor or even the stock. It's up to you. Quick draw is a must on this, and so is fast mag. Quick draw will allow you to ADS quicker because this gun is so heavy and it takes a long time to ADS. Also, fast mag is good because LMGs have a very long reload time, so fast mag is very good. It already has 75 bullets. You don't want to increase that to 95. It's just not worth it. Fast mag is the way to go. For secondary, we just have a regular pistol, and for red perks, it can either be lightweight. Flak jacket's okay. Agile is preferred. Agile or lightweight is preferred, just because of the fact that it is an LMG. You don't really need toughness, and this is also the reason why I didn't put a vertical foregrip on the S36. It's because it has such a low recoil that if you've been playing COD for say a month and you know how to control recoil pretty well, then you're pretty much set. Also, dead silence is just a must for any class setup. I don't know why you're using anything else than dead silence. But yeah, so now let's move on to the tips and tricks and the stats comparison. Alright guys, so now let's move over to the stats comparison. So if you didn't know, the 4 LMGs in the game are the S36, the UL736, the M4 LMG, and the RPD. So starting with damage, it has a base damage of 75, and it has the highest damage of all the LMGs in the game. Next we have fire rate with a base of 75, and it also has the highest fire rate in the game. In terms of accuracy, it does only have 32, and it has the worst accuracy out of all the LMGs in the game. In terms of mobility, it has a base mobility of 40, and all LMGs actually have a base mobility of 40. And finally, we have range, which has a base of 46, and out of all 4 LMGs, it comes in 3rd place. Now, let's move on to the tips and tricks. Alright, so now I'm just basically going to give you some general advice, and later I will give you some tips and tricks. So to begin with, it's a fairly good beginner gun because it does have low recoil, and obviously it has a huge magazine, so if you're missing a lot of your shots, don't worry because you'll have a lot more bullets to sustain you. It's a highly versatile weapon for mid to long range, but at close range that's where it's kind of weak. It is the best LMG in the game. You do see a lot of people using it, and just comparing to the stats, it is better than the UL736, the M4 LMG, and the RPD. Now I'm going to be giving it ratings. So for the controllability aspect, which does include the accuracy and I would say the range, yeah, it's mostly just the accuracy, just how to control the weapon, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Because it is really good. Long range, it kind of gets hard, but mid to long range, it's very good. So 7 out of 10. And in terms of killing power, which does pertain to damage and fire rate and the time to kill, it is very good with also 7 out of 10. And basically, I didn't go by the stats, I went by how it felt to play with the gun. That's how I gave it a rating. So now let's move on to the tips. Tip number 1, do not use this at close range. It is very hard to move quickly with this gun, being that it is super slow, because it is of course heavy and it is an LMG. Tip number 2, you should mostly use it to support rushing teammates. So let's say someone with an AK-117, even a Type 25, even an MSMC. MSMC can't take back far range players, so you play behind your MSMC player and shoot the guys that are too far for him, and then you guys are just like an unstoppable duo. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to take fights across the map. It can actually outrange a lot of the guns 46 range is huge, and I know a lot of assault rifles do have a larger range, but you also have to take into account accuracy, and I know it only says, what, the 32, but it is very good in terms of recoil. And tip number 4, only rush and play aggressive if your accuracy and your movement are actually good, because if you can't move out of the way and make your enemy miss their shots, and if you can't hit your shots on time, then it could be the end of that life for you. So if you did enjoy this video and you thought it was useful, please do leave a like. Also share this video with your friends if you thought it was useful. Comment on you would like me to review next, or if there's a different type of video, like if you'd like me just to go off in ranked or something like that. And also make sure to subscribe, most importantly, for more content like this. Now that is all for today's video. This is Delta signing off, and I will see you all in the next one.